Okay, so this is the diagram of the DM48 legato tuning in first position. I've exposed this diagram in prior videos, but I'm going to show it here again because it's going to be used extensively throughout the exercise videos that are going to be coming up. So in the upper left, we show the position that we're in, and here's P1, it's first position. And then we have 3 rows of numbers, and this is actually like a model of the harmonica. There's 12 holes, and then the middle row there has the whole number, and the top row is the blow notes or the draw notes. The blow and draw notes are the same in legato tuning, and then the bottom row is the slide, the note you get for the slide in legato tuning. Now, if you're more of a traditionalist and you want to do a blow and draw like a traditional harmonica, you can use the legato alt tuning, in which case you would get your draw note the same way you would get on a regular diatonic or chromatic harmonica. All right, then we show the mode that we're in, and we remind that the pentatonic is a kind of a focus here of this diagram. And the tonic of the mode that we're in and the position that we're in is highlighted in yellow, so you can easily see where the beginning of each octave is. And here we show the scale degrees that are involved in the pentatonic scale that we're using, and here it's the minor pentatonic, so it's the 1, 3, 4, 5, 7 scale degrees. And then on the right, there's a rectangle around some circles there. Black and red circled means that these notes are in 1 scale octave, and then right under that is a black and a blue circle, which means those notes are in the next scale octave. And so you can see that in the diagram, that the bottom third of the is red and black, which is 1 octave of the pentatonic, and then the middle octave is the blue and black for that octave, and then it goes back to red in the top octave. So we also show where the half steps are, and in this case they're shown here with little bidirectional gray arrows that are circled there, so you can see, and they occur between the 2nd and 3rd and 5th and 6th scale degrees. Now that's the very definition of Aeolian mode, right? And so you'll see those in every octave will have the half steps in those same locations. And I also indicate with a little green triangle the adjacent scale degrees at the cusp. And this is just to show you where the notes, where there's 2 scale degrees right next to each other, and that you just move your mouth over 1 hole, and you get the next note. And as you can see, there's spots for that on the blow notes, and then there's spots for it on the draw notes as well. Now at the cusp here, it's kind of the cusp is kind of an important place because it's where the pattern of the notes kind of changes. So it's kind of important to just point a few things out. So in first position and in 5th position, I favor the blow note at the cusp, and in this case it's the 7th, and it's a larger circle than the one on the draw below it, so that your eye is drawn to the larger circle. But you can see if you're blowing and you just move your mouth over 1 hole, you go from the 7 to the next octave 1, right? And then, but if you had the slide in, that would be the 6th scale degree to the 7th scale degree. But we're not using that 7th, so that adjacent scale degree it isn't really used in position 1 or position 5, but it will be used in position 6, and you'll see that in a little bit. And then again, this is the non-favored location for the 7th scale degree here in position 1 Aeolian. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the other position so you can kind of get an idea of the differences in the layout. I mean, it's the same harmonica, but the notes are in different spots. So you can see, in this case, the half steps are in the same spots as in the first position. See the little bidirectional gray arrows are in the same spots, but the scale degrees are shifted. As you can see, well, this is Ionian mode. This is the major scale. So it's between the 7th and the 1, basically 7 and 8, and the 3 and the 4. That's the definition of the Ionian mode. Half steps between 3 and 4, and 7 and 8, or 8 is the same as 1, right? So now, also note that the Ionian pentatonic notes are in the same spots as the first position Aeolian pentatonic. They're the same notes, but they are represented by different scale degrees, right? That's kind of an interesting thing just to pay attention to, because that means that you're playing the same notes for the pentatonic in first position Aeolian and fifth position Ionian pentatonic. Now the scale degree at the cusp is the 5th as opposed to the 7th in first position. And again, the blow note, as I had been saying, the blow note at the cusp is favored because of the pentatonic scale. In this case, the only one that's not the blow note, it's the second scale degree, which is part of the Ionian pentatonic, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, right? Now here we are in 6th position. Now this is a little bit different because, as you can see, the tonic is a slide note, is a draw note, right? And it's at the cusp. So now the half steps are not in the same spots as they were in the P1 and the P5. Actually, you can see they're between the 2nd and 3rd and the 5th and the 6th, but they are in different locations. And in the 6th position Aeolian pentatonic notes are in different spots from the P1 Aeolian and the P5 Aeolian. So in position 6 Aeolian, all the pentatonic notes are draw notes except the 4th scale degree, whereas in P1 Aeolian and P5 Ionian, all the pentatonic notes are blow notes except the 4th scale degree. And as I mentioned, the scale degree at the cusp is the tonic, as opposed to the 7th in P1 and the 5th in P5. And you can see that it's because for the same reason that we're favoring that draw note for the tonic, because the pentatonic scale is all draw except for that fourth scale degree.